And of course, we created our networking event, our first one.
Facts.
We had some turbulence.
A little turbulence.
Do you want to talk about the turbulence?
I don't know. It's gonna be a little touchy. So yeah, let's get into this. So yeah, we had our first networking event this week. Everything went good, and this is just a testimony of when you encounter problems or obstacles, you keep pushing. You know what I mean?
Facts.
So originally, we was looking for a location to have the networking event, and we thought we had found a location. Friend of mine, I guess I won't mention his name, but a friend of mine had a studio, and the original idea was to bring out some people, content creators, artists, musicians, everybody in the arts, bring them out to one place. Let's network together. Let's hand out cards. Let's, exchange our information and see how we can help each other. That was the idea.
Yeah.
And was going to meet up at my guy's studio because he's about to open the studio. They're still doing some remodeling and renovation in there. So it would have been perfect. It would have been perfect if we have our first networking event at this studio that he's about to have a grand opening at, right?
Right.
So we just couldn't get on the same level for the communication. So we had a plan B, and plan B was the Mellow Mushroom in Greenville, South Carolina. Okay. So I'm gonna only tell a little bit of the story. I'm gonna let you get to the juicy part.
Oh man.
So the plan B was the Mellow Mushroom. And we went up to we didn't ate at the Mellow Mushroom a few times. It's a really great atmosphere, great people, great staff in that establishment. So we went and checked it out, and we liked it. I talked to one of the waiters. I was like, hey, we're thinking about doing an event. We'll probably have around 20, 25 people, something like that. She was really nice and said, yep, we got a section up there that you guys can have, et cetera, et cetera. I said, okay. So the only thing that we didn't like about it at first was it was a little loud. And when you have a restaurant and it's not it's not a private room, it's a lot of, it could turn into chaos.
Yes.
So we was a little worried about that.
Yeah.
But it was like, hey, we're gonna do this. And so we left out of the Mellow Mushroom that day, and we found another location. And this is where Tribute is gonna talk. About
gonna bring me on the juicy part.
Bring you on the juicy part.
And for people that don't know what the Mellow Mushroom is, it's like a pizza restaurant, but I guess they serve chicken wings, and they got a bar. You can get something to drink.
Yeah,
nice place to go to lunch with your boo or whatever.
Facts.
Not a first date, but no diss, no shade.
No shade. It's a nice little spot.
So we wound up, after we talked to the waiter, and it's like, yeah, we think about using this spot. And he was like, cool, yeah, y'all come on in. It should be cool.
Mm-hmm.
And keep in mind, we done went to the spot about 2 or 3 times,
mm-hmm.
and it wasn't many people in there. When you say loud, it's mainly because of the music, I think.
Yeah.
But most of the time when we went in there, it was like 2 or 3 other people.
Mm-hmm.
So like, this is perfect. We got plenty of room. Anybody in here?
Mm-hmm.
This is plan B. We're going to go for it. So we walked out the Mellow Mushroom, went next door. We was like, dang, what's this over here? The doors is closed. It's kind of dark. let's open the door and see what we find.
Yeah, just checking out another spot, being,
And so and so this other place is called the Velo Fellow. Am I saying that right?
Yeah, you're saying that right. The Velo Fellow.
So we walked in. They have a bar, a little classy, nothing too jazzy, but a little classy spot. Walked in. They got a bar, and I look in the back and I see a stage,
mm-hmm.
and I see a bunch of room, and I see a long table. Looks like it can fit about 15 people, maybe.
Sure, probably more than that. I probably could have said about 20.
Yeah,
it was a big spot. It was a nice spot.
It was the perfect spot.
Yeah,
for what we're trying to do.
Yeah,
we hollered at the girl. We was like, hey, we would love to use the spot. We got about 20 or 25 people coming through. We're doing a mini event. Can we use it? What's up? And
mm-hmm.
She was like, absolutely. Come on down.
Absolutely. I was like, you're my friend. So we plan A. I'm gonna let you finish the story. Plan A was the studio. Plan B was the Mellow Mushroom. Plan C was the Velo Fellow. Okay.
All right. She took our name down. She took our information.
Yep.
We're excited about it. We locked in. We good. And we was like, still, if something happens, we still got a backup plan upstairs.
I always have a backup.
Always have a backup plan. So we leave. We're like, yeah, bet, let's do it.
Mm-hmm.
couple days later, we make the flyers. We got the Velo Fellow on the flyer.
On the flyer.
Big and bright.
Big and bright so you can see it.
So you can see it. I was like, you know what? The event is on Friday. Let's show up Wednesday and let's make sure we still good.
Make sure we still got the spot book. Come on now.
You always got to make sure you got to follow up.
You better.
Make sure you follow up with the event spot.
You better.
So J-Bo gets to the spot before me, sends me a text like, we're going to have to cancel, brother. And I'm thinking he joking. I said, he go with the jokes. We got the jokes today.
I like, yeah, we're going to have to cancel the spot. We ain't going to be able to do it at the Velo Fellow.
I'm like, why? He's like, I'll tell you when you come inside. So I'm like, this might be real. I walk in the door. He's sitting at the bar having him a drink.
Yep, having me a beer.
Stiff drink. Beer.
It was real stiff. I couldn't drink it.
It was stiff. No shade. But I walked to the bar and he like, apparently they double booked and they're going to be having a drag show here at the same time that night.
Yep.
I said, okay. I'm going to take some vodka, please. So that happened. And, they was like, y'all can still use the front or whatever. And we was like, it's still kind of small up front and we don't want to get in their way.
Yeah, we definitely don't want to get in their way. 100%.
So we was like, thank you, but we're going to go ahead and take it upstairs to plan B and use the Mellow Mushroom.
And bam, we're back at the Mellow Mushroom.
We was back at the Mellow Mushroom.
But thank you for handling it, brother. Let me give you applause. I think you handled that story amazing.
Thank you.
Because mine would probably been just a little bit more graphic, but